Old Testament stories. Adam and Eve.
The first man and woman, Adam and Eve, live in a beautiful garden that God made for them. But Satan came as a crafty serpent and tempted Adam and Eve. Kids, can you name the animals that you can see in the background picture?
Teacher, I see a snake and I see a giraffe.
What else?
Elephant
Yeah, an elephant.
and a turtle.
Did God say you must not eat the fruit from these trees?
The serpent asked Eve. Just a tree in the middle, Eve replied. If we eat from it, we'll die.
Will they really die, teacher?
Let us see.
You won't die.
Said the serpent.
There's a reason why God doesn't want you to eat from that tree. If you do, you'll be like him. You'll know what he knows.
The serpent is lying.
Yes, teacher. The serpent is lying. You see, even the elephant knows the serpent is lying. Eve ate the fruit. She gave some to Adam, who was with her. He ate it too, and at once they knew things they had never known before.
Oh no, they're eating the fruit. She even gave one to Adam.
That is the fall. One thing they knew was they were naked. They sewed leaves together to cover themselves. They never felt fear or shame before, so they knew something was wrong.
Aw, that's sad.
Adam,
God called,
Eve, we're hiding.
said Adam.
We're naked. You know that because you ate from the tree.
God sighed. Then Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent.
Don't the blaming game.
Yes, they should, and that is not good. Can you see what sin can bring to mankind? God said,
Serpent, you must crawl on your belly. A woman's son will defeat you. Eve, childbirth will be painful. Adam, growing food will be difficult.
now I know as a mother why giving birth is so difficult. That's why providing food for the family is difficult too. Then God made clothes for Adam and Eve and sent them out of the garden. He put an angel with a flaming sword there so they could not return. So that's it, kids. Adam and Eve were sent out from the garden. When they disobeyed, Adam and Eve sinned against God. Yes, that is true. Noah and the flood. The earth was filled with people, but they sinned so much that God was sorry He had made them. He decided to send the flood to wash away everyone on earth.
I hate fighting. That is bad.
I'm glad you know that fighting is bad. There was a man named Noah who wasn't like the others. Noah loved God and obeyed Him. God decided to spare Noah and his family from the flood.
Oh, I like that. Noah has a wonderful family.
I like that too, Ishin. How about you? I hope you have a wonderful family too. God warned Noah about the flood. He told him to build an enormous boat with a low roof, 3 decks, a window and a door. In obedience, Noah built it. Rat-a-tat-tat and a tam-tam-tam, Noah built a great big ark. Rat-a-tat-tat and a tam-tam-tam, for his family to embark. Get into the ark, it's going to rain. Here come the cows, moo moo moo. Get into the ark. God told Noah to collect 2 of every kind of animal, 1 male, 1 female. Then Noah, his family, and the animals went into the boat. God shut the door.
Teacher, that's a giraffe. That's a donkey. That is a tiger. Wow, horses. Oh, I see an elephant.
Do you enjoy watching the animals? I hope so. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Water fell from the sky and rose from the oceans and lakes. Even the tallest mountains disappeared beneath the flood. Meanwhile, Noah, his family, and all the animals were safe in the boat, floating on the flood waters. God had not forgotten about Noah, not even for a moment.
We are feeding the animals. And they are eating too.
Watching them makes me hungry. God sent a wind to blow. The waters went down. The boat rested on Mount Ararat. Noah sent out a dove. When it didn't return, he knew it was safe.
Wow, they are releasing a dove.
What a wonderful experience. When the ground was dry, God told them to come out. He put a rainbow in the sky as a promise that he would never flood the whole earth again.
I see a rainbow.
And that means God will never flood the whole earth again. Yes, that is a promise from God. He would never flood the whole earth again. Remember that always. God's amazing promise. Abraham lived in Haran.
Abraham,
God said.
I want you to leave Haran and go to another land.
God didn't tell Abraham where that was.
Trust me.
God said.
So that is Abraham, teacher. I know he's old.
Yes, Ishin. Abraham is old.
Do this,
God said.
and your children will become a great nation. How?
Abraham wondered. His wife Sarah was too old to have children.
Trust me.
God said. Oh.
Oh, he's talking to God. Can we not do that nowadays?
Go where I tell you,
God said.
and you will have more descendants than there are stars in the sky. They will bless the whole world. Trust me.
More descendants than stars in the sky? That's awesome!
Oh. So Abraham trusted God. He took Sarah, his nephew Lot, and everything they owned. He went where God told him to go. He went to the land of Canaan. he cannot make the donkey go.
Oh no! Keep going, Abraham. You can do it.
When he arrived, Abraham camped at Shechem. God appeared to him.
I will give this land to you and your children.
God said. Abraham built an altar for God there.
Wow, the stone is heavy.
He's lifting another stone. Abraham traveled around God's promised land. He was glad that he had trusted God, so he built another altar and gave thanks to God for all he had been promised.
There's a fire. There's a fire.
Yes, Ishin, God sent fire to consume Abraham's sacrifice.
Really?
Oh, yes. Abraham built an altar for God, giving thanks for all he had been promised. So remember to always thank God for everything. Abraham's big test. God promised Abraham a son, and from that son, many descendants would bless the whole world. But Abraham and his wife Sarah were too old to have children. 20 years went by. Still, Abraham trusted God's promise. When he was 100 and Sarah was 90, God reminded them of his promise. Sarah was going to have a baby.
At that age, you'll have a baby?
Yes, Ishin, at 90 years old, she would have a baby. That's a miracle. When their son was born, Sarah was so joyful that she laughed. God has brought me laughter, she said. So they named their son Isaac, which means he laughs. When Isaac was a boy, God tested Abraham by telling him to take Isaac to Mount Moriah and kill him as a sacrifice to God. Abraham was confused, but still he trusted God.
He will sacrifice Isaac? Oh, that is sad.
Isaac carried the wood, and Abraham held the knife and torch. Together they climbed the mountain.
Where is the lamb for the sacrifice?
Isaac asked.
Don't worry, my son. God will provide.
Abraham replied. Abraham arranged the wood on an altar, tied up Isaac, and laid him on the wood. As he raised the knife to kill Isaac, an angel called his name.
Don't hurt the boy, the angel cried. God knows you trust his promise. Look, there in the bushes, a ram is caught by its horns. Sacrifice that instead.
There it is, Father Abraham.
So Abraham sacrificed the ram instead of his son. He called the place God will provide, because God provided the sacrifice just as God had said. His promise came true. Did Abraham believe God would really keep his promise? Yes, he believed God's promise. So don't forget that God's promises are always true. He will provide for us in this time of pandemic. He promised us that because God will always provide. Father Abraham has many sons says Father Abraham. I am one of them and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, Father Abraham has many sons says Father Abraham. I am one of them and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, left arm, Father Abraham has many sons says Father Abraham. I am one of them and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, left arm, right foot, Father Abraham has many sons says Father Abraham. I am one of them and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, left arm, right foot, left foot, Father Abraham has many sons says Father Abraham. I am one of them and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, right foot, turn around, Father Abraham has many sons says Father Abraham. I am one of them and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, right foot, turn around, sit down.
Joseph, the dreamer.
Jacob had 12 sons, but he loved his son Joseph the most. He gave Joseph a special, brightly colored coat. Joseph's brothers were jealous of him. They hated him.
Mommy, I'm a dreamer too. Please buy me a beautiful dress, just like Joseph.
Really, Ishin? Joseph also had special dreams.
In my dream, we were tying up bundles of wheat,
He said.
and your bundles bowed down to mine.
Joseph's brothers hated him even more.
Wow, what a dream! I hope I have one like that.
You're really a dreamer too, Ishin. Joseph had another dream.
The sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bow down before me.
His father and brothers grumbled.
Are you saying you will rule over us?
Oh, a young boy will really rule over them? I wonder what God's plan is.
A star, a star!
One day, Joseph's brothers were in the fields watching their sheep. They saw him coming to see them. They planned to kill him and put an end to all his dreams.
Planning to kill their brother? That's bad.
It would be wrong to kill our brother.
Said Reuben.
Let's throw him in this empty well.
So they tore off Joseph's special coat and threw him into the well.
I pity Joseph. I hate his brothers.
Ishmaelite traders came on their way to Egypt.
Let's sell Joseph as a slave to the Ishmaelites.
Judah suggested. So the brothers sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver.
And they're even happy selling Joseph?
Don't be angry, Shin. It's just a story. The brothers dipped Joseph's coat in goat's blood and showed it to Jacob.
My son is dead.
He wept. Meanwhile, Joseph was taken to Egypt, but God was with him. In Egypt, the Ishmaelites sold Joseph to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's captains. God blessed Joseph and made him successful. Potiphar put Joseph in charge of his household.
Joseph, we have fruits for you.
Oh, thank you. Share with two others.
God was with Joseph even when he was a slave in Egypt. So you see, children, when we believe in God, He is always with us. God is with us even in the weakest point of our life. So let us always trust Him. Si Joseph ay isang batang lalaki na anak nila Jacob at Rachel. Siya ang paborito nilang anak. Isang araw ininawa siya ng makulay na damit. Mga kapatid niya ay sobrang nainggit sa damit na kanina'y nabanggit. Puso nila ay Pinakita ni Joseph ang damit sa mga kapatid. Mga ito ay talagang nagalit sa damit na kanina'y nabanggit. It was red and yellow and mocha and purple and black and blue. Dreams come true. Joseph served Potiphar well. Potiphar's wife wanted Joseph to sin against God. Joseph refused, so she lied about him.
For Joseph.
Oh dear, you're worried. In prison, Joseph met two of Pharaoh's servants. They each had dreams, and God showed Joseph their meaning. Joseph's explanations came true. The cupbearer was released, and the baker was hanged.
Look! The baker's tummy is big.
Oh, yes. Don't laugh at him. 2 years later, Pharaoh had two troubling dreams. The cupbearer remembered what Joseph had done for him and told Pharaoh. So, Pharaoh sent for Joseph and told him his dream.
The Pharaoh is worried.
Yes, Ishin, because he doesn't know what's the meaning of his dream. God showed Joseph the meaning of Pharaoh's dreams,
For 7 years, a lot of food will grow.
said Joseph.
So store up food because 7 years of famine will follow.
Oh, 7 years of famine?
Yes, 7 years of famine. But don't worry, Joseph has a solution, and he is sharing it to the Pharaoh. Pharaoh was impressed by Joseph's wisdom, so he put Joseph in charge of storing up all the food. Apart from Pharaoh, no one in Egypt was more powerful than Joseph.
Wow, so much food.
Yes, Ishin. There is 7 years of abundance before the 7 years of famine. That is why they are storing food.
That's a great idea, Joseph.
Joseph's brothers went to Egypt to buy food. They bowed before Joseph, but did not recognize him. When he saw that they had changed, he told them who he was. Wow! Joseph's brothers are now changed men. They are sorry for what they have done to Joseph. The brothers were terrified.
You meant to harm me,
Joseph said.
but God used that for good. Bring all of our family to Egypt. We will have plenty to eat.
Oh, brothers are happy now.
Yes, Ishin. That's what forgiveness and love can bring us. Joseph's brothers meant to harm him, but God brought good out of it. So you see, God has many ways to help us out of trouble. That is why we have to rely solely on Him. Like Joseph, God can do good out of everything. Thank you again for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.